Wow. Oh, I think all of us want a crystal ball on this one, right? I think that you nailed it. I mean, ETH is doing incredibly well. It continues to perform well. As we know, it rose nearly to 4,800 before dropping back. It appears to be consolidating potentially, before a run at 5K right now. And that's up more than 530% on the year versus just 100% for Bitcoin. So there's more conversations these days about a flippening. So, that'll be probably a big limelight. Obviously, what's going to happen to DeFi next year, right? Many of the projects are built on Ethereum, but it isn't the only protocol that's seeing that heightened interest. I read that DeFi total value lock, tongue twister, is over 111 billion, which is just shy of all-time highs. And then, of course, we have the metaverse and everything that's happening in NFTs. And most of my team is currently in Miami. I'm still in Washington, D.C., not as exciting, but they're there for Art Basel, right? And right next to Art Basel is a parallel NFT conference, which I think really shows what's happening in the industry and the excitement and exuberance there. But bringing it back to Bitcoin, I'd say my price prediction is one Bitcoin will always be one Bitcoin. As for the rest of the industry, I think we're always going to be watching. We're looking very closely at various protocols that are emerging out of Southeast Asia. I know that you guys are in that neck of the world. I just moved from Singapore and I'm currently back in the US. Valkyrie is a US company, but we are working with two protocols already, one based in Hong Kong, one in Singapore, and very interested to see as more of the protocols from that side of the world starts to gain more adoption in the US and how that's going to affect the Ethereum blockchain. So there's a few that we're already working with and keeping our eyes on more. So maybe we'll come visit you soon. This year has been just crazy, right? We launched our Bitcoin Trust in January and we were begging for meetings. No one wanted to talk to us. You got the first Bitcoin, ETF traded this year, and now banks are all willing to have conversations, and most people from the street, both main and wall. So it's interesting to me just how completely different the start of the year and the belief and understanding and even appetite for discussing digital assets was to where we even are now at December 1st. So I think that we have reached a critical threshold where money managers and individuals alike are no longer ignoring this asset, but instead starting to engage. So I think what hopefully we'll see less of, which I really do think, is kind of those more archaic, mindsets that we've been seeing up until recently, which is just kind of naysayer-like attitudes towards, Bitcoin or the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. So I think maybe a mind shift. Not to sound doom or gloom, but we're definitely keeping our eyes on the financial markets, traditional and otherwise. So I think a big hurdle that Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency ecosystem, all that our ecosystem encompasses will have to come across, whether it's next year or the year after. There will be a market correction in traditional equities and the global markets. And I am curious to see how Bitcoin and cryptos do when there is another global sell-off. And if there's more of a correlation or less of a correlation, do they rebound faster? Do more people see, Bitcoin as that digital store of value, and is there more inflows into it? I think that the real make or break will be on the horizon. And, I hope that we don't see a bear market or a crypto winter anytime soon, but one day it will come. And that's just the cycle of the markets. And I'm very much looking to next year to see if there's any indications to show that there's, some sort of cataclysmic event in global equities and how crypto will fare. So I think that'll be the real test next year that we're probably put up against.